A group of socially conscious and road-friendly citizens have rolled out a donation drive to support people affected by the pandemic. As part of their campaign called the Road Ashram, the team is travelling along the borders of India, covering nearly 25,000 kilometres and 30 states in about 60 days in a specially modified vehicle. The team had travelled along the China and Nepal borders in Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh and Bihar. They further went to Kolkata, Bhutan borders in Jaigaon, West Bengal, and later they travelled to Sikkim, Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur and Tripura, and arrived in Shillong on 3rd November night and intend to engage and meet people from different walks of life on the 4th of November to discuss the humanitarian impact of COVID and the restrictions imposed because of social distancing. Amidst the medical crisis and the safety measures, there are also tremendous damage to the social structures wherein innumerable people have lost their jobs. Healthcare has become difficult. Children have been affected due to lack of immunization and education. The effects range further into increased poverty, instances of early marriages, malnutrition and making of laws in an arbitrary fashion while we are all dealing with this chaotic situation. According to a recent survey, industrial workers have lost nearly 5 million jobs after the coronavirus lockdown. Data suggested that millions of people could slip into poverty by the end of the year 2020. The purpose of Road Ashram is to bring attention to all these stories of people and ensure that we do not limit ourselves to measuring the impact of the pandemic to the medical crisis. As conscious citizens of the country, we can't just sit and let this happen, shares Sridhar Datta, who will be navigating the routes during the trip. The non-profit sector is doing whatever is possible with the available resources, but it is not enough. These organizations, especially the grassroots level NGOs, need immediate support to continue their life-saving work. Through Road Ashram campaign, the trio wish to appeal to everyone to make a generous contribution to the cause. Ahmer Siddiqui, one of the campaign team members and the driver of Road Ashram, explains the idea is to stay on the road in their very own personally crafted car that they have decided to call Road Ashram. Through their 60 days drive on the Kacha Pakka road on the borders, they want to raise awareness and resources to help people facing difficulties due to the pandemic. Alongside, they are going to share videos and stories of India's diverse cultures, places and everything else that makes India what it is. Unity in diversity, colorful and fascinating India.
Intervention that we can build. The more hospitals that are available, the more doctors get comfortable in dealing with the disease. Because it's not going to disappear suddenly. We will have to learn to live with it.
Women are safer here. As a woman, I feel safer here. I feel the gazes of men are not as violent and as invasive. And I come from the north where I'm almost always on high alert. So I think that's beautiful. And we've been meeting amazingly inspiring women activists, women at the helm of affairs, women who, and I'm realizing that the women's freedom movement in the Northeast has a very long history, a very solid history, a very strong ground, and continues till date. That movement, it's not like you got one right and you are happy with it. That's a continuous fight, and that's why you see women being perhaps much more open, much more lively, and perhaps the reason why men in the north are sometimes so violent towards northeastern women is because they don't know how to deal with this sense of freedom, this sense of liberty, this sense of confidence. So that stereotyping of the northeastern women that comes there, but I'd be like go girl, keep living this, and I hope it only gets better, and I'm inspired and I feel safe and I want to come back. It's disgusting, like any of these labelings. I won't even blame the Chinese for the virus, man. Why would I blame? It's ridiculous. And this is the kind of psyche that we have to break through. This is the kind, and this is why we are traveling across the country. This is why we are traveling across borders, to be able to communicate that there is diversity in this country and there is humanity. and there is love and there is warmth. So this is not even a valid question that how did I feel when people were being sabotaged and tortured or humiliated. One doesn't have to go through it. At no level of humanity is it okay. And as far as fear of the virus goes, I think one could die of anything. So being open to each other and the warmth we have received here, we have received that, and not just in the Northeast, in a lot of places we have received warmth despite the virus. We are traveling and people are still welcoming to us. I think that gives us hope.
Neha Chaturvedi and I, Siddharth Datta, like all of you, we were also staying at home during the lockdown, and we were very privileged that we were not needed to worry about our next meal, what will happen tomorrow. However, during that time we have seen on TV and read in the newspaper the distressing stories about lakhs of migrant workers. They were walking long distances to return to their home. It was not that we were not aware about their distress, but this pandemic has created a platform where their distress has been showcased. Like responsible citizens and sensitive human beings, we were also moved and carried away by those footages, and we wanted to do something, some help. So we did whatever we could in our individual capacity, but we thought that it is important that we take extra stay. That's how we started thinking, and the concept of road ashram came in this beautifully crafted car. Three of us are traveling 25,000 kilometers. Ahmer is our driver in chief. He is driving all the entire journey. We are traveling 25,000 kilometers, crossing 30 states and union territories, and we started on 4th of October. We are traveling along the India's borders. So from Delhi we moved to Uttarakhand, touched the China border, then UP Bihar we touched Nepal border, we moved to Bengal, and over there we touched the Bhutan border, and from there we went to Sikkim. We are engaging eminent people. We met with Baichung Bhutia. We went to Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Manipur, and Agartala, and today we are in Shillong in your beautiful Meghalaya. From here we have another 18 states, and we have little more than 1 month to cover all these states. The objective of this campaign is to raise COVID awareness, also to raise funds for COVID. We are requesting people to donate to this campaign, Road Ashram. You can do that by logging into our website www.roadashram.in, and basically this health emergency has been converted in India into a huge humanitarian problem. So we are speaking with people from different walks of life and trying to find out how COVID has changed their life, how COVID has impacted their life, and doing a documentation of all this.